So, um, to Omar, my social practitioner, and to Samin, my uh, unit director, and to the very regarded and staff at the Silver Center unit uh, of Fountain House, which I am a part of. Just wanted to check in. So, this is Judy Berman, and I thank you very much for letting me be virtual. Right now, I'm not doing great. Um, so I just want to share a little bit with you about like what's been going on with me. Um, I haven't been feeling great physically, and it's much better for me to be virtual because of the fact that even under the best of circumstances, it is very challenging for me to go on public transportation. So I just wanted to share that. Um, it's been my intention to try to get a an appointment with Accessoride again, but not for the purpose of going into Manhattan because I've had very bad experiences in the past. But right now, I'm a little bit in over my head because it's like I have my hands full, and I have my therapy appointments every Wednesday morning. But I told my therapist that I really feel like everything's been like coming down on me. I've been a little bit in over my head. Um, it's hard because I'm not um, feeling great physically, and I'm trying to do the best I can. Um, it's it's a very big undertaking for me right now with um, my mother and father. Everything I've been going through with them, it's been very stressful, and um, so I'm trying to uh, have accessoride because I've been going to my parents frequently, and it's expensive taking regular taxis. I didn't use Accessoride when I had it because uh, it's been it's been um, frustrating. That a lot of times uh, they, it would be infuriating. The worst experience I had was when I had a doctor's appointment and I saw the taxi right in front of my house for Accessoride, and I couldn't get there fast enough because I was walking with a cane. I don't stand in front of my building because it's hard. I I don't. I sometimes I sit by on the front steps. There's like a front concrete. I try to sit there. It's hard. Like if the taxi's not there right away, I don't always use the walker. Sometimes I use a cane, and I have to go very slow because I don't. It's hard. So uh, when I had to go to a doctor's appointment, uh, the excessive right said, "Oh, you didn't show up," and I was right there, but I just didn't get there fast enough. So they were rotten, and they were like very. I felt it was not worth it because it was very antagonizing, very triggering. But for me to go into Manhattan, I mean, the last time I went to Manhattan for the opening of the art show that I had for toys, which was a few summers ago. Um, I took a train into Manhattan because it's just you can't take a taxi into Manhattan. There is no way. It's very challenging because of the traffic. So I took a train into Manhattan, and I was using my walker, and to find elevators that were working to go from station to station, I was just about stranded. So it was exhausting, and that's why I didn't go to the Silver Center because it was a big walk. I barely made it from the train station over to the gallery, and I had to be at the gallery for the opening. Anyway, that was when I had the um, the art show for the toys, and this summer I'm having the art show for um, Life is a Party. Right now, trying to keep my life to be a party. It hasn't been easy. Right now, I have a very painful problem with my tooth. It's swollen, and I've been on amoxicillin. It's very painful, and um, when you're running around, when you're going to, when you're dealing with different things, different stress, it makes it worse. So anyway, I'm going to be seeing a dentist, and um, I because I have to try to get out for a few things. I'm going to try to get my. Uh, uh, I have to reactivate my accessoride, and I have to have an appointment to get that back on track. So, in any event, um, there's been challenges, and I have, the art is keeping me centered, and I love it. And I'm glad that I'm able to be at the Silver Center on Zoom. I didn't make it to the newspaper meeting because, I, I, I have a meeting at 2 o'clock for professional development on Mondays, and the newspaper meeting was at 1:45, and sometimes it doesn't always start on time and it runs late, so it was a little bit tricky. But I do try to contribute. If people email me, I email back. I I write things, I observe things, I take pictures, and I have useful, creative, resourceful information. Um, right now, um, it's hard for me to talk. It's hard for me to eat, and I have problems. I don't know. I'm going to lose a few teeth. So anyway, that's how it goes. And I'll just, if I have to wear a mask, or if, look, we all, none of us goes into the ground the same way we come in. We don't end up the same way that we started. We start out all nice and young and cute and sweet and beautiful. Well, and some of us, we all go through our challenges, but I'm very grateful for what I have. However bad I have it, there are always people who have it far worse. So I want you to know I care, and I'm grateful, and I want to show you something because I hope I can show this to you. Reason why I picked out the ladybug for the animal art. You know, I belong to uh, an educational mailing list. They think I'm a, a an educational like an educator, a professional educator. Well, I have been professional. I've been I've been a mother for almost 40 years, and I did. Gerald, when he started out, was special needs, and he was late talking, and I had to teach him a lot, and I had to help him to try to learn to talk. And then with my younger son, Mark, he refused to go to school. I actually was home with him for 2 years, having a teacher come to the house every day for 2 years. I don't know if you know that about me, but I'm a very, one of my qualities is that I'm tenacious and I don't give up. Sometimes I've had to walk away because I get triggered, but I've also been very vulnerable. And one of the things that occurred with me it's been very good that I've been virtual. So I have a tendency to be stranded and to fall. And I also had to have infusions because of anemia. For like 8 months, I had infusions. Well, since I have been an educator in addition to being a mother and in addition to being a computer program. I was a computer programmer for 40 years. I worked for 23 years in Emblem Health. I know about insurance. I know about a lot of things. I'm resourceful and I'm good with computers. Um, and because of me, my younger son got a high school diploma because the teacher came to the house. He was able to take the regents in the house because I had reached out to the school system. I reached out to the head of the school system for District 75 for special needs because of the diagnosis for the severe mental illness. And since he wasn't going to school, I had the teacher come to the house, and we had the regents in the house, and I was able to facilitate this. And I also went on disability because of the fact that the job I had, they had fired the whole department for the IT department at Emblem Health. You know what that's like because they fired the IT department at Found House. That's when you need to cut corners. Well, fire the IT staff. Why do they get paid so much anyway? It's just computers. No. So well, anyway, uh, I was there when the whole department, which we had devoted ourselves to the company so much. When I was there, out of my 40 years when I was there in Emblem Health for 23 straight years, in the beginning, we didn't have virtual. If I had to babysit uh, production support for something running on the computer and it was evening and weekend, I was there and I was coming home from Manhattan many times on the train at night and evenings and weekends. I don't do those things anymore because I've had things happen to me. And, I I have a lot of, you know, battle scars from things that have gone on with me. I was hit by a car more than once. I was hit by a bicycle more than once. I was downtown when 9/11 happened. My whole dark suit was covered with debris. I was there when the buildings came down. I I came home. I was on the Brooklyn Bridge when the towers came down, and I walked home for several hours back to where I live. So it's been rough. It's been, I want you to know who I am because I'm not just the face in the screen. I'm a real person. I'm a human being. And I'm also tenacious. I'm skilled. I'm compassionate. I'm an educator. And I love my hand puppets. I have, this is like a cat toy. This is a toy, and I could use this for my cat. So this was my ladybug today.